Okay, we're back with our indie reviewing series. We're here with, I'm David.
And I'm Eric.
And this is Techno, Kitten Adventure. It's for all those Spurs looking for love in the 2002 era of the internet.
Yep.
You got to kittens and to bacon and all the epic moments that
all those that random lulls you need.
Yeah, everything possible that you could want from like the ancient era of the internet. So we're gonna start this up. It's $3, which is a pretty decent price.
Seems fair so far.
We got 4 different levels and multiple cats per level.
My buddy over here says they're unique per level. I don't know if that's true, but he's shaking his head. He says it's true, so we'll go with that.
We're gonna start on the Dream Pack right here. And Jetpack Kitten, that sounds okay.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good already.
Yeah, the drawings are pretty good. I don't know about Barf Kitty.
Yeah, he looks a little bit jagged. He needs some anti-aliasing.
Yeah, he's pretty rough. So we're gonna start with the Jetpack Kitty. He's pretty good. Now, when you play the game, obviously you have to avoid obstacles, and you press the A button, and depending on how long you hold it on, you boost up. And when you let off of the A button, you sink low. And if you can hear from the song actually syncs up with what's going on in the environments.
Oh yeah, when the woman says something about stars or something like that, stars come across the screen.
Yeah,
and
shit's exploding across the screen.
It's really dynamic.
Yeah, it is actually pretty dynamic, and it makes the game a little more interesting, but there's also a little bit of a weakness in that, and we'll get to that later. But yeah, the environments are pretty interesting, and it's a pretty entertaining game in its own right. It doesn't have a lot of, it's not extremely dynamic.
There's not a lot of depth, really.
There's not a lot of depth, but it's incredibly entertaining in small bits.
I mean, what other game can you see unicorns and narwhals, are they called?
Yeah, something like that.
Narwhals and boats on the same screen with a giant sun in the background.
Yeah.
Not a lot of games that let you fly a kitten while this is all going on.
Absolutely. And you can really feel the weight of the different cats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that they put a lot of effort into making those
physics.
Cats. Yeah, the cat physics are incredibly good. And I'd like to congratulate them on really testing these out. I can tell that this game went through a pretty long process of,
the
cat
testing
physics.
process must have been strenuous.
I can't even imagine how many cats they dumped off tables to make this game run well. But it runs fluidly, and every cat controls pretty admirably, except for the Barf cat, who's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He controls as well as he looks.
Yeah, like shit. So, yeah, you can see the dolphins with the top hats. Somebody tried really hard to make this as epic, as spurglary as possible. And, yeah, you can see that it doesn't really change up all that much, and the more you play, it doesn't really change. Like, you can keep playing forever and ever and ever, and there's no real incline as to the difficulty. But once again, this is not a game that you're just playing over and over and over. You're not playing this for 3 hours. You're playing this for 5 to 10 minute spurts. I'll show some of the other features. Now, we have high scores, and those are basically based off you specifically. I don't think it goes to the internet. Let's see here. You can change your kitty dynamically on the go. We'll go back to the main menu. Now there's options, you know, the music and all that. There's really nothing good.
Yep, music.
There's meat, and there's the lava level and the cloud pack.
Are we going to the meat level?
Yeah, we'll go to the meat level.
We're going to see the best level in the game right
Yeah, and by best level, I mean we're going to show off the real weakness in this game. There are some problems
with this game.
The meat of the yeah, there are some real problems with this game. But it doesn't really drag it down too much. I mean, it's only one level that I really have an issue with. And we're going to show this in a minute here. Let me get to
it. It looks fine so far.
Yeah. Thus far, I mean, we have a fucking cat that's exploded through a steak.
You have ham in the background, you have shish kebabs, you have steak ice skating across the bottom, and flying hot dogs. Exactly.
What's more epic than random meat pieces exploding past you as you're going on and on and on through this environment? I mean... Now this is where the gameplay gets a little bit
yeah, things get questionable at this point.
Yeah, rough. Because we're going back and forth, and I mean, it's okay as far as difficulty goes, like it's kind of amping it up a little bit, but it's rough to navigate. I'm not just being some blubbering vagina and talking about how it's hard to do. It's just irritating at points. And it's just not fun.
The main problem I see just from watching this, keep in mind David is playing it, is that you can't tell how low you are with the music bars in the bottom in comparison to how close you are to the border of the stage. It's just unfair.
Yeah, it is extremely unfair to a point. And that's really the only problem I have with this game, is this level specifically. The environments are done really well. I mean, some things here and there don't look as good as other parts, but it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm convinced that I'm really flying through a world of ham and shish kebab.
It's like I'm literally a cat made out of steak, and I'm just hovering through these environments, and yeah, the transitions are all very good, and I like what I'm seeing. But yeah, most definitely this is the roughest level in the game, and if you do end up buying it, definitely avoid this. Just please avoid this level, because it's not a good representation. Let's go back to the menu here. We can go to stats. I did pretty good as steak. Okay, what would you give this game, Eric?
I would give this game, just from watching it, 7 hairballs out of 10.
I give it 7.5 swungs out of 10.
7.5 swungs?
A swung being any noise that a cat makes.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a fair rating.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm David, this is Eric, and this has been a review.